Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm under a timer. I just put in some brownies for Thanksgiving, again recording this on Thanksgiving, and I have a timer set to make sure that I get up there and that when they're done that I check them and all that other good stuff. So that's one of the first things we got cooking for today, and figured I might as well do some recording while that's going on. I also have a different shirt on from this morning or the last episode because I got a workout in. That's good. I did eat lunch. Didn't try to eat a huge lunch or anything because, gotta have some good food for Thanksgiving and gotta make it worth it, So we're going to move on here. And one thing I just realized, I was upstairs and I had that whole discussion about non-generic and generic types and having the same name and having them in the same class. And I'm like, wait a minute, they're all partial, like you see here. So I don't have to do anything. Just keep generating them with the same name. And the fact that they're partial classes means the compiler will just munge them all together. We'll make a test to do that. We'll have also a test and non-generic and generic types with the same name, because we should get two in that case, but that's okay. They'll be partial and we'll handle that correctly. Just to make sure, the naming collisions don't. Actually, I don't even know if we need a test for that. No, we don't. We're kind of testing that as it is. Okay, so let's put this down here. So we'll do something like this one. And sorry, I was thinking about multiple generics and stuff like that, and multiple constraints and multiple generics. So let's do multiple. So we're going to do T1, T2. This will be T1. This will be T2. And so what we should have here is T1, T2. And this will be 1, T2. This is going to be T1, and this is going to be T2. Should all work, should just be fine, but let's make sure that works. Oh, that's right. We'll type as multiple generics with multiple constraints. There you go. Copy and paste. Gotta make sure you have different names. And it works. It is what we expected it to. Let's grab this because we know it works. And then come down here, put that there, except where we want to say where T1 is a struct and it implements, let's put in here public interface I am for struct, because I can't think of anything else, and then say I am for struct, okay, where T2 is also a struct and I am. Let's make it unmanaged because, why not? Because I'm being adventurous. So then down here, we should have T1, T2. This will be where T1. This is going to be the fun one because it's going to mash it all in one line, which is fine. I mean, that's semantically correct, I believe. But we're going to find out. Let's see how this breaks. Yeah, it failed. But there's probably a couple of reasons why it could have failed. Struct. Oh, yeah, it puts the... Okay. Forgot about that. That's my own fault. Global test space dot. And then we do that here. And we say that. Not only does it match, but does it actually compile? And it does. Good. Good, good, good. All good in the house. Okay. So I should shut down and start up again. And did I save that? No, I did not. I wanted to save some code here. I mean, I could just grab this and put that in a generic test. Yeah, I deleted that. Stupid me. Okay, so I'm going to shut down startup again, run all the tests, and then I'm going to just put in some generic tests in the integration test just to make sure it all works. So I'll be right back. All right, all the tests passed, so let's add in some generic tests into integration tests. Okay, you're going to take forever. Oh my God. Okay, why do you just not like go there? Okay, do that, please. Whatever. Public static void deconstruct with generics. I'm not so much concerned about like, come on, go to, oh dear Lord. Public class generic values generic things T1 T2. Okay, and so we're going to have public T1 thing 1 because it's Thanksgiving and I can't come up with a better thing. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, and then we're going to have thing 2. And why are you barking here? How you like me now? Doing all the C#7? Oh, I got to rename that. Okay, so now we're going to say here var thing is equal to new generic things. And we're going to have an int and a string. Okay. And thing 1 is going to be that. Thing 2 is going to be 2 because, I'm creative. Okay, now we're going to say var new thing 1, new var new thing 2 is going to be equal to thing. And then we're going to assert multiple. Yes, yes, yes. All the IntelliCode. I say assert that new thing. What are you? What are you? You know you're an int. Good. That's a good sign. New thing 1 is equal to 1. You're also going to say that new thing 2 is equal to 2. And what do you know? What? Yes, you do. Why is it a question mark? It shouldn't be a question mark. Whatever. Let's run this. Let's see what happens. Does it succeed? It succeeds. And now does the test succeed? The compile succeed? Does the test succeed? Yes, it does. Can we actually do the little trick where you can have 12 into this? And we do. And look at that. Would you look at that? That is a thing of beauty. Perfectly works. Exactly the way we want it. Nice. I like having, these little victories and getting things to work, and also learning from what I've done before. Those are good things. Okay. So do we have anything else? Yeah, we got constraints. I think we've covered everything in this one. So give me a sec. I'm going to close this out, and then we're going to do one more that I hopefully think should be pretty quick. Okay, this last one should be by last one, I mean last one for today. Should be pretty easy. It's this putting the @ sign in front of everything. And to make sure that this actually breaks, let's do a, do we want to make a separate class for this? What are these called again? They're not literals. They're keywords. There's like a conditional keyword thing too, but are they just called keywords? It could just be this. So let's do this. Let's grab one of these. These generate a lot of less code. Now the thing too is that this is going to break all the generated code tests. We just need to put ats in front of everything. So it's not hard. It's just one of those things. Okay, so let's say here, we're gonna make this a required string. Okay. And let's say we call this, what's a good namespace. Okay. Because we're going to lowercase it. And what's going to happen is what we would like this to be is a string at namespace. Okay. We also want this to be at self. Actually, no. Actually, yes. Let's do this right away and say that at namespace is equal to self dot name space. Okay. So that's what we want. It's going to fail. So let's just go right to fixing it in the generator or the builder. Okay. So we do deconstruct this, and then we're going to say here just at self and then the out parameters. The out parameters come from getting the type name and then the name to camel case right there. And then throw if null, we need to put in an at self here, a properties name to camel case. Yes, that needs an at, and we need an at there. So did we actually put that in front of the, no, we did not. We need an at there as well. Okay. And then here we say, we have to put an at here, right? Because these are the names that are camel cased as the parameters. Yes. And this is where I complained about in this comment that I do at 3 different times. So yeah, I can see why, because it's kind of annoying. So we're going to do this, this, that, at, that. I think that works. Okay. And then here we're going to say at self.name. And those are all those. All right. So I think we've just fixed this. Now this test hopefully passes, but all the other ones are going to fail. Yeah, you don't generate with property name that is a keyword async. Run that. All the integration tests shouldn't matter. Oh, did I put it in the throw if null? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. And it failed. Why did it fail? You failed. Ooh. Oh, you don't know where required is. Because I haven't changed this yet to compile with 7. And it's because you don't know what 7 is yet. Fine. I don't care. I don't want to deal with string there. String there. Shut up. It's not important that it's required or not. There. Okay, now that passes. But now everything else, at least in here, is going to break. So let's go through our tests. And let's just eyeball all this and let's see if we can get these all right out of the gate. At. How many times can I say at? Every time I say at, you have to find a drink and drink it. Man, that would be bad. Though I just said drink, it can be water. It doesn't have to be alcohol, you know. It could just be water. Though that would be a lot of water. So, you know, you just choose. Okay, that's all you need to do is choose. Why does... Oh, wait a minute. No, not there. Oh, it's already on the... Yeah, that's a test to make sure this is the generated code. This is just code. That's making sure that you already have one and therefore we don't care. It wouldn't have been bad if it was on it. It just... All right, so... That. Now I'll take a drink every time I say that. And then we need... Yeah, this is the boring part of code. But it has to be done. I should write a source generator at name, at that, or a refactoring that just does all this for me. You would hope at some point, or at least it would be nice at some point, if C# could make the whole like code fix, analyzer, source generator thing. And I know if you say the word macros, people freak out, or at least some people do. But not to like modify code, but at least to have some kind of syntax in the language to make it a lot easier to build these things. Because quite frankly, they're not very, you know, it's not pretty. And these can be the building blocks that you could put something in the language that would automatically like make a source generator for you based on what you did, and it would just happen. I don't know. I'm kind of talking just here, there, and everywhere, but it would make these things, I think, a little bit more accessible, easier for other people to use. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what we do as developers. We're always trying to find ways to find things to make it easier for a developer not to have to do all this tedium. Although it would be overkill for this case to say, hey, just go through and, do this all for me. All right. God, am I almost done? That's just code. There's generated code. At least I can look at it and say, oh, that's supposed to be generated. So I can do this real quick. And, oh, there's 2. Wow. Nope. There. Okay. Self. Yeah. That should be it for here. Okay. And that's just a verifier. What about these? This one will also have to change. This is why we write tests. So we can make sure that all the things work as expected. I love it when I do talks that I tell, if I ever mention testing and I say, all right, test, right? Yeah, just nod. And I say, just nod. I've probably said that in a previous video, but I just say, just nod. Make me feel happy. And then I hear people kind of giggling and snorting, and I just ignore it. I'm like, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to hear you. I know you test. You're all good coders. And you all write tests. As I have said numerous times, over and over again, you have to write tests. I don't care if you use a mocking framework. I don't care if you call them unit tests or integration tests or end-to-end tests or blanket tests or cuddly tests. I don't care. Call them whatever you want. Just do them, okay? Test your code. Okay, let's shut down and start up again because reasons, and then we'll see if everything is good. And we are good. We are excellent. So we're going to commit this. We're going to say 9, all parameters now have at in front of them. One last thing before we go. I'm going to close this out real quick. Okay, let it push up. I guess I really didn't need to push it up to remote, but whatever. Let's go here and do the dance. Pushed. Okay. So we're going to say, close that out. Now, the one thing I wanted to look at is not actually in here, but it has to do with something in auto deconstruct that we want to address. Oh, crap. I did not put that in the changelog. Whatever. Yeah. It's not a bug. All parameter names now have at in front to eliminate any potential keyword conflicts. And since I closed it, it's number 9. Okay, good. Come back here. Conflicts. Okay, and 9 and 9. Good. So we'll commit this. It doesn't matter. That's not a branch. At least I don't care. Okay. I want to jump over to, once it pushes it up, okay, to actually something that I was doing. Oh, what are you? Oh my God. was doing a talk on .NET 7 APIs, and I was showing the new ways that you can do source generators with a code generator. And the thing that I'm actually curious about is how does it, regular expression generator. See, it just names it that. Is it because that's the name of the class? Well, okay. Actually, yeah, we're going to have to do this one next because as I just realized, if you have multiple like non-generic and generics, you're going to have collisions because you're going to have two classes come in that will say like text auto deconstruct or whatever I call the class. And here it's realizing that this is, well, what is this? This is the file. This is the analyzer. Oh, that's the generator. That's the generator it came from. Okay. And then it generates this class. Okay. And I'm betting what it does. Yeah, it does it a little differently. It can get away with it because I'm betting, I'm not sure, but I'm not going to do this either. I'm betting what it does is that it puts everything into this one file, which is fine. You could spread it across multiple files, or you could just make one. Arguably, what I could do for all my source generators is put everything into one file. That would suck because that would be hugely hard to test. Well, no, not really. You would just make, for all those tests, you make one. But for the integration tests, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that's what they're doing here, but it looks like that's what they're doing. And it would make sense. But yeah, they don't put like a assembly name in front of it. Maybe they do something like I could just look at how they're generating it with regex. What are you doing? Source.net. Make that a little smaller. Regex generator. Class regex generator. Wait, what? Emitter? Things? So here, somewhere in here, I bet there is an add source. Oh, come on. Oh my God. Jesus. Okay, so maybe you don't do that in here. Or because for whatever reason, my browser is just like so slow. It's like, nah, I'm not going to show you. I mean, I bet it's because, again, I'm recording it. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. I'll find where it's doing it later. I don't want to waste my time with doing it here recording, but that's going to be the next one I work on for auto deconstruct is coming up with a way to make sure that I'm generating a file or files or whatever that they do not collide with each other. In all honesty, I may consider for auto deconstruct putting them all in one file and changing it so that it is literally just one file and you have all the auto deconstruct.g.cs. That might actually be the way to solve it. I still need to solve it though for rocks because I do want those files separated. That would become a monstrosity to try to have all that in one file. Having them separated would be better. For auto deconstruct, you're only going to generate one per file. You're only going to generate one deconstruct per type. And so if you had 100 types, you'll do 100 of those. And would that be better to have them all in one file or not? I don't know. Some things to think of off camera, but it's getting in the afternoon and it's a holiday. So I think I'm going to just let my brain focus on other things, and we'll come back to this probably tomorrow. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.